gentlemen. So today I'm going to present my business. It's people. Formerly, the company is called India Talent Services. And this is a quote which I resonate with. It was like it was built for me because this is exactly what I do. So leave a sparkle wherever you go, because in the end, all that is going to matter is the work you built, the reputation you earned, the kindness you delivered, and the difference you made to people's life around you. So, once again, yeah. So it's people. I started this organization about 11 years ago in January of 2012. The mission being to help organizations unleash their human resource potential. We are a boutique business consulting and coaching firm focused on improving business results by leveraging the power of people. And that's why our brand is It's People. Over the course of my 32 years, I've worked with lots of organizations, both small to multinational, have held various leadership roles. And all of these years, starting with my journey of entering the family business, then moving on to my corporate career, and then finally as an entrepreneur, when I moved out and set up It's People about 11 years ago. This entire journey has been a learning journey. And I feel I'm so blessed that with everything that I've learned, I have tried to help organizations and professionals and leaders in actually moving forward, and not just forward, but also upwards, using these very different frameworks and skill sets through development, through leadership journeys, through interventions, through culture building, that we've been able to create lasting results, and happy with the way things have moved so far. So those are the focus areas that I have worked upon. I believe that any organization, today we were talking about goals and systems, they're both important nonetheless. So we start off with the goal, because if you have a goal, you know where you are going. What is it that you ultimately want to go towards? But most organizations, I believe, whether it is a small one or a big one, they will have strategies, and they will also have strategies for customers and for R&D and for products, but they may miss out on strategies when it comes to people. So that's the people perspective that I bring into play here, and helping organizations not just look at their people power, but also what they can do with those people, not just build those people up, not just have people processes and systems around. How do you manage your talent, and how do you actually engage them, not just for business growth, but for all stakeholder development, and helping them achieve their own personal goals as well. So the journey has been over a decade now. And if I look at, this is a brief profile, over these 3 decades, I have amassed lots of credentials, and that's because I'm a learner at heart. And I believe that if I need to deliver more to my clients, more to my stakeholders, and I need to also keep improving, keep learning, and keep, teaching people. So that's how as an entrepreneur, my interest from just being an HR person moved towards not just educating leaders around HR or people, but also on entrepreneurship. So over the last few years, I've worked on building entrepreneurial skill sets within my audiences, my clients, especially solopreneurs, so that they don't just have a goal to work towards, but they also are developing the right mindset and the skill set to easily achieve those goals. This is what I offer: human resource, business strategy consulting. And like I said, organizations today have strategy, they have, goals, they're looking at, probably a 1 year or even a 5-year goal. But are they looking at people strategy? So that's where we come in. People and culture development. It's a very common quote that, your culture is going to eat your strategy for breakfast. So are you looking at your culture? Is it really helping you move up, or is it actually eating away? So you need to look at your culture. And then, of course, again, people power. How are you managing and how are you engaging your talent in a way that everybody is moving upwards and onwards? So in the business strategy consulting piece, we help organizations. Firstly, not just look at, we talked about the power of why. So what is it that is spurring them on? What's the purpose? And how are people, not just the top, but people down on the shop floor, out in the field, how do they resonate? How do they engage themselves with what the organization's objectives and key results are? How are they truly contributing? Do they see themselves there contributing towards it? So the alignment of organizations with their short to long-term goals, and aligning that with the people down below. How does that happen? What is it that they do when it comes to leadership development and succession planning? Are they looking at it? Now, this is where the strategy part comes in. We help organization not just build their strategies around people, but also execute it. We work with human resource leaders, the HR department, and the leadership teams of organizations, so that they are all working together in unison and not in silos. That's where the strategy consulting comes into play. Around people and culture development, we look at the leaders, because those are the people who are going to drive the business forward. And unless they are looking at their own strengths and they are looking at what is it that they bring to the table, and how do they create environments where people thrive? How do they build a culture where everybody's learning, everybody's enjoying, having fun? Or is it a culture, or is it an environment in which people even are afraid to come forward and give suggestions? So developing sensitization around these topics is what we do when we work with the leaders and HR to help them create that culture, that environment in which everybody works together, happy and having fun at the same time. So leadership assessments, strengths assessments, and almost everybody here on the group has heard of Gallup and probably done their own Gallup strengths also. Their business builder profiling. These are some of the areas in which we work with organizations to help curate leadership journeys, identify coaching needs, and then execute on those. When it comes to middle and lower management, we're looking at what are the skills, what are the competencies that organizations really are looking at developing, and do they have a competency framework? If not, we help them build one. And if there are gaps in their skill sets or in their competencies, then we help them work towards it. So end-to-end is when, as you can see, end-to-end leadership and people and culture development projects we undertake to help organization build people so that the people build the business. When it comes to talent management engagement, we look at offering the best of practices, modifying them, so that organizations again leverage those practices, not that they just copy paste it, but actually adapt to see what works best for that organization. So we help them create employee value propositions. What is it that they can offer? What is it that they are actually offering, not just to the existing, but also to their potential employees, the people whom they're going to attract and bring into the organization. So from engagement, so from attraction to engagement to performance is how the whole cycle works. We also offer prevention of sexual harassment programs, again, practices, sensitizations, and this is an area which has picked up a lot of interest and a lot of visibility in the past few years. So these are programs that we offer. So all in all, over the past close to 11 years, we've delivered on more than 500 consulting projects. And while mine is a boutique consulting agency, I do work with professionals. I do empanel them on projects so that we can keep creating value for our client base, which is more than 100 as of now. We have unique HR integrated, business integrated offerings. And as you can see, lots of associations, major projects, and achievements and awards that we've been able to get to our credit. Some testimonials around executive coaching. Lots of organizations where, as an executive leadership coach, I've helped leaders up their game, address their challenges, help them come out with solutions which they need to deal with the situation at hand, and probably in the process of doing that, also get a taste of what it is to self-coach themselves, that you don't need somebody to come from the external world and help them with their challenges, but what they can do to address those challenges themselves. So a few testimonials around coaching, around training, around, again, consulting projects, which have helped clients, get their goals, these are again a glimpse of few more certificates and awards. So something which is very, very close to my heart is that when I first did my ISB entrepreneurship program in the year 2013, I got this certificate of having presented the best business plan. So this is something which I really hold close to my heart. Yes, and there was a book project, an international book project. We were from 20 countries. We were 100 authors who wrote this book. And then we also got the Golden Book of World Record for it, as it was a bestseller on Amazon. These are some of our happy customers, people we worked with. And of course, this is just a snapshot, a few of them who we worked with in the past. And thank you for being an awesome audience.